This is the Great White Capper.
Hey, good morning, everyone. It's the Great White Capper coming to you. This is going to be a preview of the NBA Finals between the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. First, take a quick look back at the series that just finished. Cleveland, two ugly losses in Toronto, but finally were able to get over the hump, defeated the Raptors on the road in Game 6 to advance to the finals. In that game, Cleveland shot the ball extremely well. They continued the hot three-point shooting in the playoffs. They went 17 of 31, 55% from three-point range, and simply overwhelmed Toronto in getting Game 6 and clinching the series. Just last night, Golden State had to fight back in the second half. Sluggish to start another game, but the three-point shot proved the catalyst to the victory for them. Last night they shot 17 of 37 from three-point range, about 46%. And basically down the stretch were able to stiff-arm Oklahoma City. Durant tried to make a little run in desperation time, but it wasn't enough. Golden State takes the 8-point win at home, clinches the series. Now we're set up for the rematch of last year. Golden State defeated this Cleveland team 4-2. Things to note specifically about the series last year. Cleveland obviously was out the services of two of their big three in both Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. And also, Cleveland will have those guns available for them starting with the series opener on Thursday. And in addition, I think a key pickup for Cleveland that's went perhaps under the radar has been the shooting of Channing Frye, whose three-point shooting has definitely aided the Cavaliers into coming into the finals with a 12-2 straight-up mark. You want to look at the stats for the teams. The top two scoring teams in the playoffs, Warriors at 110.9 points per game, Cleveland at second, 4 points behind at 106.9. But when you look at actually scoring margins, Cleveland definitely playing much better on the defensive end. They've only allowed 94.3 points per game for about a 12-point margin of victory. Meanwhile, Golden State has had a little tougher time on the defensive end as they've allowed 104.5 points per game, so about a 6.5-point differential for the Cavaliers. The key to Golden State's game and what has carried them through last year and this year has been their three-point shooting, and they're most often highly regarded as the best three-point shooting team. But so far in the playoffs, it's been the Cleveland Cavaliers who've been the best three-point shooting team. Not only in percentage, Cleveland shooting 43.4% from the three-point line in the playoffs, which is the best. Actually, a full 3 percentage points better than Golden State, who is third in the playoffs at 40.3% from the three-point line. Now, most might think that, hey, Golden State, while Cleveland may shoot a better percentage, it would be Golden State that actually puts more three-pointers in the basket. And also, that would be a mistake to think that in the playoffs this year. In fact, Cleveland is first of all the NBA teams in the playoffs, 16 teams, at 14.4 three-point shots going in the hoop per game, compared to the Golden State Warriors, who were second in that category at 12.5. So, offensively, definitely Cleveland comes into this year's final a much more viable team with more players, more of their key players on the court healthy, and their key players making the three-point shot. Often I look beyond scoring. I always view rebounding as a key factor in determining who ultimately wins and loses games. And rebound differential for these two teams, currently coming into the finals, Cleveland is second of the 16 playoff teams at plus 5.9 points per game, while Golden State's more down in the middle of the pack, 10th of 16 teams at minus 2 rebounds per game. So that's basically about an 8 rebound difference between Cleveland and Oklahoma City. And looking at the previous series for Golden State, obviously a reason they struggled with Oklahoma City was the rebounding. Turnovers played a part, but it was the rebounding. Oklahoma City just constantly beat them on the boards. getting more shots at the hoop. And if you think back to last year, while Cleveland with a depleted team was able to hang with Golden State, beyond LeBron James being superhuman in the series, averaging 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists per game over the 6 games, I personally thought he should have been the MVP of the series in a losing effort. It ended up going to Andre Iguodala instead. You just have to view the rebounding here. I'm just not sure Golden State will be able to maintain enough rebounding. That's going to be a huge factor in this series, I believe. Golden State, while Cleveland may struggle to match up with the guards out front, Curry and Thompson, there's no doubt that Golden State will struggle more matching up on the interior, definitely in terms of rebounding. So you have a team that's more offensive oriented against a team that's a little more all-around oriented in Cleveland, but Cleveland is playing at a high level coming into the finals. You look at the money line offered for this series, and you see Golden State at minus 220, about 69% success rate to break even on those bets. Simply feel the value in this series is going to be on the Cleveland Cavaliers, and based on a lot of the stats will back this up, that Cleveland is playing just as well, if not better, all around than Golden State. They're outshooting them percentage-wise and numerically in terms of three-point baskets made, which is the bread and butter of the Golden State Warriors. Cleveland, in addition to that, is holding teams to 10 points less on the defensive end, a 12-point margin of victory compared to 6-point margin of victory, and you've got about an 8 rebound per game difference. The value to bet the series is definitely on Cleveland. I say the series is a toss-up. Should be hard fought from beginning to end. I'm looking at a 50-50 toss-up on this series. I can see either team winning. And if you really consider a 50-50 toss-up and you can get Cleveland at plus 180, obviously the value, I'm going to make this a 9-star series play on Cleveland Cavaliers to take the series. I'm going to try to do more videos as we go game by game throughout the series, do some analysis and evaluate what's taking place in the games. But before the series begins, we're going to go ahead and put a play out on the series, Cleveland Cavaliers, 9-star level. Thank you guys for checking out the video. Be sure to keep looking for more as the series progresses. And baseball's into June now, so we'll just roll with baseball for the rest of the summer. I'm going to try to get my podcast going here to start the month of June and continue on through the end of baseball season for a little more interaction, my daily thoughts and analysis of what's going on in the gambling world. And I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Good luck with the series and have fun watching it. It should be a good one.